Hey there, it's me. I'm back after a long hiatus, and hopefully I'm here to stay this time, at least for a little bit. My interest has been piqued in this channel again. Um, and to start, we're going to talk about subscriber lists in 2010 and how they were hotly contested by hackers and other people trying to get these channels to the top of a famous YouTuber subscriber list. So let's start with Nika Higa, who was the top subscribed YouTuber in 2010. You can see with the old uh, achievements or awards or whatever they were called in the day. You can see he was the most subscribed of all time in 2010. Now let's take a look at his subscribers list. You can see that Jawed is at the very top. Jawed was the first YouTube channel on YouTube, of course. I know there was this video I saw he might not have been, but for all intents and purposes, he is the first YouTube channel. So he is at the very top, and then these are all accounts that joined in 2005. 2005 was, of course, the year YouTube was started. This Rats account, the dog, Artie Swiss, Blue. These were all 2005 accounts, and Jawed is at the very top. And hackers took notice of this very quickly. I wonder if we could do a see all. It'll take us to a bigger list. Looks like March, so about a month later after the screenshot. So yeah, hackers eventually noticed that subscriber list that YouTube had was based on date, and this was an update from like late January or February 2010, I think, that this happened. So the race was on to find accounts from 2005, and especially if they were inactive, hack into them and advertise yourself. And we're gonna see ZB3 was one of the more notorious one. He got a lot of accounts, a lot of 2005 accounts to the top of the list. So this one's an interesting one, because this Junior Alamo one, because you can see how it was before and after it was hacked. So you can see it's already hacked. So let's see if we can go back to before it was hacked. If it wants to let me type in. Nope. Okay. Let's just... Oops. Okay. Let's go back to January, before this update was implemented. If it wants to load, I don't know, my internet's not that bad, but today it wants to be bad. Maybe it's because I'm accessing ancient pages. Anyway, a very normal account. Looks like it's still owned by the original owner from 2005. Yeah, not much going on, just a very normal channel. But we skip to a month later, February, when this update was implemented. It wants to... Let's go just to February 26th so we can see the peak of the chaos on this channel. And now it has been completely hacked, completely redone, no videos, a lot more subscribers. Again, this was the age of channel surfing. A lot of these hackers were also channel surfers, so it kind of went hand in hand with each other. But yeah, it's been completely redone. and these are all 2005 accounts that were hacked into. Anyway, in about July 2010, YouTube took notice of this. So let's see, we can go back to July 2010. So I already looked through these ones. They don't work. It was a few days after this that this happened. So let's just go to the August one. So YouTube changed their subscriber order to combat these hackers. So it was no longer organized by dates. But as you can see, with all these ZB3 here, that it didn't work, and they found a way to get past it with this, even with the new implementation, which was a little harder to find. But yeah, ZB3 had 4 accounts out of 7 in the top YouTuber at the time's subscriber list. So how do they figure this out? Well, it has to do with Base64. Now, if you don't know what Base64 is, it's basically the way YouTube generates a video IDs. It's so it can be any character from. It's a string of 11 characters. Any character can be a letter in uppercase in the English alphabet, a letter in lowercase. So that would be 52 characters, and then its number is 0 through 9. That would be 62 characters. And then they have to add on 2 more characters, a hyphen and an underscore. Now the hyphen was what was really important in this discussion. So the only way to figure this out, so they figured out that this Base64 ID generating system didn't apply to just videos, but it also applied to channels. And the way they figured this out, they would go to this block user function. They would do an inspect element. And I know it's a little hard to see here, but you can see there is a Base64 11-digit ID here. This MED, I'll try to see. You can't really make it out actually. Let me zoom in. There we go. Now you can see it a little better. This ID right here, this was very important in figuring out what YouTube had done to the the subscriber feed on big channels. So, one of the first famous accounts found that was like this was this one called I Can Has Cheeseburger 32, a very 2010 era name. So let's go to this account and see what its channel ID is. Now remember, I told you that hyphen was very important here. That's because hyphen went before even any of the numbers. So the order would go hyphen, then 0, 1, 2, 3, and then the letters lowercase, then uppercase. And so this was the account. You can see they managed to do a profile on the right, which is like a very cool thing to have back in the day. It could only be hacked that way. That might be for another video. But let's take a look at its block user function. Now, if it was a good channel for getting to the top of subscriber lists, you would think it would have hyphens. And as we can see, if I zoom in here, that is definitely the case. It has not 1, but 3 hyphens to start off its username. And then it has a 1, which is very good, because it goes hyphen 0, then 1. So this was, for a while, considered to be one of the better channels. Now, it wasn't entirely dependent on this. There were There were other factors which I'm not aware of, but this was one of the biggest factors, was having a channel with hyphens to start out its channel ID. So, and after a while, there was a better account found. It's called Flucky75. Let's see if I can. Forgot to zoom out here. So yeah, Flucky75 it was called. So let's go to a snapshot from. Let's go to this one. Now this one wasn't as contested because it was I think it was a more active channel. I think the original owner had, but no, it was contested for sure. Anyway, let's go to this channel's blocked user function. Let's see what this is. And would you look at that? Not 3, but 4 hyphens to start the username. So you could see how crazy it could get. Theoretically, there could be a channel out there with all hyphens, and that would have been the best channel to have in terms of getting to the top of a subscriber list. But yeah, eventually that all came and gone. YouTube changed its layout several times, and the subscriber feed eventually was off the main page of YouTube and didn't really matter anymore, or off the main channel pages, I should say. But that was a really cool tidbit from 2010 I wanted to share. Let me know what else you like to see. If you want to see, I was thinking about doing a video on like the profile on the right thing that I mentioned earlier, which was really cool. But yeah, as far as right now, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you hopefully not in a year, hopefully in another video soon. But yeah, see ya.